Your hands together for yourself. Thank you. Thank you very much. We are going to take the national anthem. We are going to take Great Ife anthem. No. We are going to be taking, like I said, the national anthem. We are going to be taking the pledge, and we are going to be taking the OAU anthem. But before I do that, every society have elders. Every society has what? And this is Africa. And by the time I call the person, you will know that Elder Niluto, I want her to join the academics, including Wisdom. Mama Dejobi, please come. Put your hands together for Professor Dejobi, please. Continue to. Is she not an elder? Elder to Ogbono ni Ogbono. You're welcome, mommy. Choose where you want to sit. You're welcome, ma'am. Thank you very much. Can you see honor? The Bible says that gray hair. The only thing is I'm not blessed with hair. So I'll come and collect more. Thank you. All right. So I think the balancing is going to be done when my mate, our patron comes in, the patron of Egbe Jegede Social Club of Nigeria. You always laugh. So let's rise upon our feet as we take the national anthem. In case of those of you that were not born in the 70s, everybody born in the 60s and 70s is a crime for you to look at the book. Because that's what you sang in the primary school. I saw to saw. How many of you remember it? That line we don't. I hope that generation. For the younger generation, look at your pamphlet, the new national anthem as it were. The rebranded national anthem is there. Do we have it? All right, sir. So give it to us from your console. Do you? It's not arise to compatriot. Compatriot are sleeping. Sheko si sheka fenukoni. Okay. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerian, our proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol, the truth and in peace a battle honor, and this we count as good, to hand unto our children a banner we will sing. Reference is a prayer that we sing into the last stanza. Oh, for creation, grant this no request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty Nigeria may be. Let me hear you chorus that amen powerfully. The Methodist, they say amen. My patron is around. Put your hands together. There is no need for introduction. He's here. Don't worry. You are coming to me, sir. My patron, Egbe Jede, you are coming. I've already introduced you beforehand. Please put your hands together for Professor Pew. Please come, sir. You are the one balancing this. The seat is reserved for you. Let's continue. This is my patron. You can see from his gates, G-A-I-T, that is Jegede personified. You're welcome, sir. Continue to clap until he takes his seat. Very humble, Shana professor of no mean repute. Sincerely, I respect you and honor you, sir. How can you? Let's take the, okay. Let's take the pledge. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, and to rest our unity, and uphold our honor and glory. Great Ife anthem. Do we have that now? Do you have it on your console? Okay, so let's go. Great Ife, Africa most beautiful camp. Great Ife. Great Ife. Put your hands together as you take your seat. Hallelujah. Oh, I've forgotten I'm not in church. But hallelujah. Oh God. Oh God. Thank you. Let's settle down. Once again, can you see that he's capable of the 6? Yes or no? Professor Gede, you have balanced the equation. Initially, we were afraid that it is the gender thing was that they were dominating. But thank you for coming. Thank you for what, sir? For coming. You have balanced it. All right. Thank you very much. We want to take welcome addresses. Great Nigerian students, you are welcome. Please don't hang. There are no trees here. Find a place to sit. Just leave the first 2 rows there. I'm sure there are some empty spaces. Anywhere they put bag, sit down there. Anywhere they put book, sit down there. You do not occupy space for ghost students. Anybody that is not here is a ghost student. So don't put your bag to reserve a space for your friend. Please. Yeah, look for it. Ushers, make sure that these ones are settled. Let's do it very fast. Alaja mi onielo. All right. There are no empty spaces. Okay, fine. Come in and organize yourselves. If you don't mind your clothes, you can sit on the steps like in a very special way instead of standing. No, don't block the road. You can, like you are in a BOOC, 1,000 students for that small hall. I remember when I was a student, I'll bring my handkerchief and just sit down to receive lectures because the whole place is occupied. Take the side, take the side, take the side. Don't block the road completely. Fine, thank you. Okay? See, there are empty space here. There is an empty space here. All right. Professor Zubar. Please, with your Dr. Okewole and Co, can we occupy here? Please. Thank you. Mommies, we have 4. We have so that we can create those spaces for those students to sit down. All right, thank you. From the Faculty of Education, like I've called him, and my Oga obeyed. The Lord will honor you, sir. We have Professor T. Zubar. Let's put our hands together for him. Professor Alabade Diwura, I've told you to come majestically, but you quoted a scripture for me, which I agree. But now, come to the place of honor. Clap for Professor Alabade Diwura. Come. When he came in, I said, just go to the front. He said, no, let's follow the Bible. And I'm a student of the Bible. Please continue to clap for him. Please come. I'm trying to cite if we have other eminent professors from the faculty and doctors. Please continue to clap. Okay. Bature, they said you are here. How many of you know what Bature is in Hausa? How many of you know what Bature is in Hausa? Bakwajen Hausa ko? I want to call him who Professor Egwedoku is Bature. Where are you? Where are you? You cannot miss him. That's Professor Bature coming. Professor Adiola Egwedoku, please come. Former chairman, my chairman, and his current zonal chairman of ASU. The only reward for hard work is more work. The Lord will continue. Please come, sir. The seat is reserved for you. Thank you. Then please, after the end of the program, even though I don't have Tommy, this shirt is mine. Professor Gbedoku, this shirt is mine. After the end of the service, I will collect it. Dr. Akinobi and Dr. Akinola are just coming in. Please, let's make room for them. Let's put our hands together. Dr. C.F. Akinobi is here. And Dr. Akinola, let's make room for them to sit. All right. Thank you. Let's settle down. I think we are getting there. Okay. There are doctors and we'll be seeing ourselves subsequently, but let's just move because I believe all university activity has been transferred to this place because of the renovation that is going on in our great hall, the Ojudua Hall. So we are going to be very mindful of time because there's going to be an inaugural in this same place in some few hours. So thank you. So all the goodwill messages and opening speeches, except that of the Vice Chancellor, should be abridged. Thank you. Clap your hands. Can you see as I am talking to my Ogas? Praise the Lord. Okay. You just have to take me. I'm not biased, it's just part of me. We want to go for welcome addresses. And first and foremost, I want to hand over the microphone to the chairperson of the local organizing committee of this 6th annual conference, Professor Shola Agbola. I hope you are not going to repeat what happened at the inaugural. My Vice Chancellor, sir? She's not removing the card. My Vice Chancellor, sir? This will be
yes, sir. The Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Administration, the Deputy Vice Chancellor Research, Innovation and Development, the Registrar, Bursar, Librarian, Provost, Deans of Faculties, Heads of Departments, Professors, distinguished colleagues, invited guests, participants, staff and grade TFE students, ladies and gentlemen. I stand before you today as the LOC chairperson to address a pressing issue that threatens the very foundation of our nation's future, insecurity and poverty, the bane of educational development in Nigeria. Insecurity has become a major concern in Nigeria with the rise of terrorism, banditry and kidnapping, creating an environment where fear and anxiety have become the norm. Our schools are not immune to these challenges and the consequences are there. How can we expect our children to thrive in an environment where their safety and security are not guaranteed? Poverty, on the other hand, is a silent killer of dreams. It robs our children of the opportunity to access quality education, forcing them to drop out of school and into a life of poverty and despair. As of 2020, Nigeria's Human Capital Index stood at 0.36, positioning it 168 out of 173 countries globally. We need to recognize that education is the key to unlocking the potential of our nation. It is the foundation upon which we can build a prosperous and secure future. But we cannot do this alone. We need the support of our government, our communities, and our international partners. So I call on our government to prioritize education and security. We need to invest in our schools, our teachers, and our children. We need to provide them with resources they need to succeed, from textbooks to technology, from classrooms to computers. I call on our communities to take ownership of our schools, We need to support our teachers, our children, and our schools. We need to create a safe and secure environment where our children can thrive. And I call on our international partners to support us in this endeavor. We need your expertise, your resources, and your commitment to helping us build a better future for our children. In conclusion, insecurity and poverty are indeed the bane of educational development in Nigeria, but we will not be defeated by these challenges. Instead, we will rise up and demand a better future for our children. We will work together as a nation, as a people, to build a brighter future for ourselves and for generations to come. Thank you for your attention. God bless us.
She has established protocol. So standing on the existing protocol, I would like to call on the director of the Institute of Education. Okay, Professor Anna Ajayi. Let's put our hands together. I need to introduce her properly. In my chosen profession, our husband is my mentor. So, thank you very much.
Standing on the already established protocol, but at the same time, I will still want to give recognition to the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire, ably represented by the DVC academic, Professor Umbola Babalola. Thank you very much for coming around this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, the first line of a song in the Broadman hymnal states, "Another year is dawning." I want to say that another year of academic prowess is here again, where erudite scholars from various institutions within and outside Nigeria gather to share knowledge that will improve the educational system or standards in this country. The theme of this year conference, Poverty and Insecurity, the Base of Education in Nigeria, has been thoughtfully selected by the Institute of Education, OBAFEMI, AWOLOWO University in Ife, to really address the menace in education and channel the course of education rights from early childhood level through higher education properly for the purpose of micro and macro development. It is no gainsaying that poverty and insecurity pose significant challenges to the education standpoint in Nigeria. As of today, according to research, 18.3 million children are still out of school in Nigeria. And these are denied the opportunities that a quality education can provide, either because of their socio-economic conditions or insecurity in different forms, going on in various regions of our country. These various forms shall be addressed in this conference. If the issues are not well addressed, the implication is that there will be loss of potential of countless young minds that would positively enhance the future of the country due to lack of access to education. Our note speaker and lead paper presenters are ready to take us through this thought-provoking theme, as well as various scholars during plenary sessions. So as we gather together here today, experts, researchers, practitioners, policymakers, and all who hold the belief that education is not just a fundamental right, but also a powerful vehicle for transformation and development at every quarter, whether individual or society. Let us address the critical factors that perpetuate poverty and insecurity. and propose solutions to how to improve access to quality education. Within these few days, let us engage in rich discussions, present groundbreaking research, share best practices, and most importantly, seek collaborative pathways that lead to effective solutions. I encourage every conference participant to actively participate, share your thoughts, your insights, and build connections that extend beyond this conference. Let us live here not just being informed, but also be motivated to take action where it matters most, whether at the grassroots level, state or federal levels. As policymakers or implementers, as researchers or even learners, we all have a stake in improving education in Nigeria. I would like to extend my gratitude to the conference committee who has worked tirelessly to make this conference a reality. Your commitment to this cause has brought us to this point today. I therefore say a big thank you. Thank you to everyone being here today. Let us share our expertise together towards a Nigeria where education will flourish, where poverty and insecurity will not hinder us from progressing. To our awardees of today, your track records in education are the yardsticks for inviting you. I know they are on the way because they gave us the promise to let you know that we are partners in progress. Institute of Education has the mandate to expound knowledge through training of teachers, monitoring and evaluation of schools, and carrying out cutting-edge research. We can collaborate with the Ministry of Education in any state towards the improvement of our schools. Let us do the job together to have an outstanding performance in education. On this note, I want to welcome all the conference participants from the North, South, East and West, and those that are online to this program. Happy deliberation and enjoy your stay in OAU, Obawo University. Take time to go around to enjoy the serene environment of our citadel of learning. Welcome the next person beside you and tell the person to relax, for OAU is a home. Welcome. Welcome one, welcome all. Thank you very much.
Let's appreciate the director of the Institute of Education, Faculty of Education, OBAFEMI, AWOLOWO. Our closing note made me to remember something that happened during NUGA 2014. There were some contingents that were busy admiring the architectural design and masterpiece of OAU. They didn't know when gold was entering into the goalpost. I had some people from BUK say, Kai, wannan makarantar fa, Kai malam. They started snapping. They now capture say, wallahi, suna de kasuwa fa. He says, in fact, they are so developed that they have a market of their own. So while they were admiring the beauty, put your hands for Great Ife. No place like here. This is home. I can attest to that. And always without a cap, our heads are raised high anywhere we find ourselves. Let me welcome our conference attendees in person. Because this conference is hybrid, it means that some of the participants are in the cloud. I can't see them, but they can see me. And then we have people that are here physically. So if you're a conference attendee, please just wave your hand. Let's welcome you from the north, the south, and the east. Let's continue. Let's continue. From where, ma? In coronation, they just did the correlation of their life here for you. Oh, wow. Who else is raising his or her hand as a conference attendee? Yes, mom, from where? University Èkó ní bàjẹ́. Ṣé train ló gbé yín? Ẹ tí ì ṣe tó. We again. Okay, ma'am. University of Ilesa. Bàbá dúdú ńkọ́? Abẹ́ ẹ̀dí roundabout lẹ́nìí mà. Mọ́mí ẹ̀dí roundabout. Ibẹ̀ ni bàbá dúdú wà. All right, sir. Let's put our hands together for one of our awardees of today. You're welcome, sir. Honorable Oluwole. You are really welcome. And I'm sure that wow. Is that another double honorables? You're welcome, sirs. Thank you very much. That's one of our awardees of today. You are welcome, sirs. Okay, so I was welcoming the awardees from University of Ilesha. Any other person? Yes, sir. In suit. Are you from Insuka? If we are, can you see now? Thank you very much. There is a football team in Africa called the Indomitable Lions. University of Ibadan. Judging by the road one, you know that you are defeated. I mean road one. No banks on the side. Thank you very much. I welcome from Ibadan. 1948 is okay, but 61 is better. Any other person? Okay, because of time. Yes, ma'am. Okay. I asked a question the other time. I said, Baba Dudunko, did you get to the roundabout? Because in Ilesha, everything starts and ends at the roundabout. No straight vehicle to General. No Okada. I was an Okada rider for 3 years, so I know the place. We are coming from somewhere. Thank you very much. Okay, I want to. Thank you very much. That's the chairman making sure that all things goes well. Please usher so that I don't want to do mistaking of identity. This our daddy that came in. No need me oni wagbada tell any but agbada tell when you want to agbada who. Daddy, I respect you so much. Please they will approach you to get your name so that we can address you properly. So chairperson, please approach. Get. Thank you. Let's go to the next welcome address. The Dean of the Faculty of Education, Professor Theodora Bello, is coming here. You're welcome, ma'am.
All protocols duly observed, but I'll still welcome my Vice Chancellor. Because of our time, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adebayo Simeon Bamire, ably represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academics, Professor Olubola Babalola. You are welcome, ma'am. There are other Vice Chancellors that are not here. The Vice Chancellor's Administration, Professor Daramola, the Vice Chancellor Research, Innovation and Development, Professor Akane Akinyemi, the Registrar, though not in absentia, Mr. Kamarudin Adetunji Bakari, the Bossa, Mrs. Abogan, and the Librarian, Dr. Kemi Fadehan. Let me welcome the Director of the Institute of Education, Professor Hannah Olubumi Ajayi. You are welcome, ma'am. Congratulations for this good job. And the coordinator of the committee and the committee members under the leadership of Professor O.S. Agbola and all our members, the past deans, all our past deans, especially in our midst today, Professor P.O. Jegede, and my senior professor and former director, Professor Dejobi. You are welcome, ma'am. Let me welcome also all our HODs that are here, all our professors, all my colleagues, all the attendees, Great Ife students. But before I go to Great Ife students, let me welcome the awardee of today, Honorable Barrister Baka. It is with great pleasure and a deep sense of responsibility that I occasion of today, which is the 6th International Conference of the Institutes of Education. Today we gather to reflect, to deliberate, and to cut a way forward on the theme that is before us: insecurity and poverty, bands of educational development in Nigeria. Education, as we all know, remains the most powerful tool for national development and societal transformation. According to Nelson Mandela, who says education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change our world. Yet the story of education in Nigeria in recent times has been one of struggle and survival in the face of daunting challenges. Especially, we cannot pretend that the issues of insecurity and poverty have not left a deep scar on our educational system, from the fear of kidnapping of students and teachers to the closure of schools in vulnerable regions, from the inability of many parents to afford basic education for their children to the brain drain of our best minds. These challenges threaten the very foundation of our nation's future. So, insecurity has turned many of our learning environments into zones of fear rather than centers of excellence and enlightenment. Schools have been attacked, children have been abducted, especially the Chibok girls is one of it. Teachers harassed and entire communities displaced. This is a tragedy not just for education, but for the soul of our nation. Similarly, poverty has remained a persistent barrier to success and to access to equity and for policies that protect our educational institutions from violence and disruption. We must drive research that addresses poverty alleviation and human capital development. And we must commit ourselves to producing graduates who are not only intellectually sound, but are also socially responsible and resilient in the face of adversity. I am confident that this conference will provide a rich platform for knowledge sharing, critical discussions, and actionable recommendations that can strong partnerships with our communities, with our parents, to the challenges we face, and we must disseminate our findings to inform policy and practice. Then we have to prioritize psychosocial support. We must also remember the trauma induced by insecurity and ensure that
very impactful. Thank you very much. And I say, while my dean was delivering a keynote address, one of our awardees came in, and Osun State is here. Everybody say Osun State is here. Monetize the book. Thank you, sir. And like I said, Osun State is here, and I will introduce virtually everybody that came with him, because they are also men and women of honor. And it's a day of speeches, I hope you know. We have Prince Iyade Adewuyi. You're welcome, sir. If it is church now, we claim something from you, sir, because when you came in, one thing that attracted me to your white gown is the chain. I'll just say, I claim it in Jesus' name. You have no choice, you will give me. But not church. Right Honorable Roku Oyewole, Special Assistant on Legislative Matters, Osun State. Honorable Rotimi Adeye Nuwo. My chairman, where are you? I supply gravel. It's a time for me to announce myself so that Mawari Mulemori Commissioner Mumbo Office Nilola, Chairman Ife Central Local Government, Olora on Education. You're welcome, sir. Mr. Bola Oduremi, Chairman Ife South. Momangba Fetedo Kojao, Madru Nidi next. Okay. Ife Sawmillers Association. Councillor Iremo 5. Honorable Rafiu Balogun, Councillor Iremo 4. Honorable Mrs. Ronke Oyin.
Despair and desperation. The consequences of these twin evils on our educational development are there. Schools have been forced to shut down. Teachers have fled for their lives because of insecurity, and students have been denied access to quality education. The future of our nation hangs in the balance, and it is a collective responsibility to have. You can see that among the first 1,000 universities in the whole world, you will not see any from Nigeria because of insecurity. And one of the criteria used for ranking is the number of international students that you have, the number of international staff that you have.
Of Professor Ruth Adio Moses, I want to humbly invite you to this side of the table, of the high table rather. Okay. All right. Ricardo, thank you. Okay. You can dance. Ricardo, thank you very much. I know what you can do and what you are capable of doing. But this 419 style of, because she has a middle name that they grabbed quickly. She's universal. Put your hands together for Arike Ade. Dr. Akamu will take the citation now. The ribbon has been given. Great for ribbon.
It's a privilege reading the citation of Professor Ruth Adio Moses. Ruth is a professor of peace, security and humanitarian studies, and currently heads the Department of Peace, Security and Humanitarian Studies, and doubles as the Director, Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies, Faculty of Multidisciplinary Studies, University of Ibadan. Her research interests are in the areas of health, environmental, personal and community security, with special focus on school safety, violence prevention among adolescents, health and safety of women and internally displaced persons. Ruth won scholarship for undergraduate and master's degrees in the Department of Human Kinetics and Health Education, and became the first PhD student from the Department of Health Education to win the University of Ibadan postgraduate school scholarship, which ran for 4 years. She also obtained different postdoctoral fellowships from reputable institutions, and they include analyzing risks from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Boston, USA, research project management and writing skills from the Center, London, United Kingdom, negotiation and mediation from the Institute of Chartered Mediators, and consolators in Nigeria. Conflict sensitivity. Do no harm approach to peace building and development interventions by the Christian Rural and Urban Development Nigeria. Who started her career as a lecturer in 2007 at the Department of Human Kinetics and Health Education, Faculty of Education, University of Ibadan, and later transferred her services to the Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies, University of Ibadan in 2016. She has represented the university and has served as consultant to different organizations, both at the local and international levels. She also had the honor of representing Nigeria at different technical meetings, including the Ministerial Roundtable at the 2019 Global Platform for Disaster Risk Reduction in Geneva. She's a fellow of the Society of Peace Studies and Practice, the Emergency Crisis and Risk Management Institute, the Institute for Humanitarian Studies and Social Development, and a member of the School Health Educators and Professionals Association in Nigeria, the American School Health Association, and the Higher Education Research and Policy Network. She is creative, passionate about grassroots community-based risk reduction, educational interventions, and enjoys traveling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our keynote speaker for this year, Professor Ruth Adio-Moses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MC. Great Ife student. Great Ife student.
We say, great as you are. Thank you, ma. The Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the DVC ACAD. Allow me to stand, sit, and be comfortable on the already established protocol. I salute everybody on this side of the divide, that's the high table, all the awardees here present, students of this wonderful university. You know, when we were driving down, right from the gate, I said, wow, this university is beautiful. Yes, I said it is beautiful. You might not know, but it is beautiful. Because your university is such that promotes green sceneries. And for me, that is a global practice. Especially now, when the issues of climate change is such a big deal. So when you have a university with this type of greens, you want to compliment the effort of the Vice Chancellor and management and students for doing a great job. But I'm not here today to talk about that. But I thought it would be nice to just mention it. Please, can we clap for ourselves? Insecurity and poverty. You see, I don't know. I want to actually start by commending the LOC for this topical issue right now in our country. You must have sat down and must have thought this out appropriately. And for me, it's making a lot of sense. Before I start, I'm going to cut my presentation quite short. I'll just touch on it. It's a keynote address, which means it's just one key, open the door, and then that is it. On our way to Ife this morning, we met a group of young people, about 6, 7 of them, not in uniform, but carrying guns. They had jeans, pair of jeans on, and t-shirts, and they had guns, and they had this small black jacket. As soon as we sighted them from afar, the first thing that came to my mind said, "Hey, hello, back kidnappers." Yeah. You understand? Immediately I was engulfed by fear, because not too far ago, a DVC in my university was kidnapped along the Lagos-Ibadan expressway. So we are living in fear. Somehow, parents can no longer allow their kids to go to school on their own. We have become drivers. Get into the car, you drop them at school. When you close, don't leave, oh, wait for me. I'll come to pick you. I don't know if we would continue this way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor that I stand before you today at this important conference addressing 2 critical challenges affecting Nigeria's educational development, which is insecurity and poverty.
Education serves as the foundation upon which national development is built. It is a critical driver of economic growth, human capital development, and societal transformation. Education has the potential to uplift millions out of poverty, promote civil engagement, and foster peace and security. Now, I'll just stop a little. I am from Benue State. And in Benue State right now, some part of Benue State right now, we don't sleep with our 2 eyes closed. Only 3 weeks ago, my mother's village was razed down. And when they do that, they come at night. When you're sleeping, they begin to touch the buildings. Why? Because some headsmen, moved their cattle into their farms, ate up their crops, and the villagers retaliated by killing some of their cattle. They waited. They didn't do anything. They waited until when people thought everything was over, and then late at night, they just come and they start touching buildings. I don't know, like I said earlier, how we are going to continue this way. I said again, I'm from Benue State, and I also want to, if you are here and your parents are not rich, and you are struggling through education, I'll probably align with you. I was once in your shoes. I was about to be married off to some men, the highest bidder, highest bidder, whoever was going to pay a bigger bride price was going to have me immediately after secondary school. Don't worry, I'll tell you the story as I go. But I'm standing here as a professor speaking to you. So in this address, I'll be looking at these issues quickly. Please, I need the media to go with me, where I listed the issues that I'll be looking at quickly. The beginning. Number one, yes. I'll be looking at poverty and its impact on education in Nigeria. the unequal distribution of urban-rural divide, the circle of educational deprivation, insecurity a threat to educational access, the combined effect of insecurity and poverty on education, government intervention in tackling the problem, gaps in government interventions, finding sustainable solutions, conclusion, and then I'll leave this stage speeding. And talent. Nigeria is a talent-driven country. An average Nigerian can produce something. We are very talented, and we are also resilient. But with all of this, 133 million Nigerians, comprising 63% of the population, experience multidimensional poverty. This is not said by me, it is said by the National Bureau of Statistics. So poverty restricts access to education. Why was I going to be given to some people? I came from a home of 11 children, born by one woman, not two wives, one woman. And my father was a farmer, a retired army soldier, and then who became a farmer. Do you think that was going to be easy, sending all his children to schools? And I know a lot of us find ourselves in such situation. According to the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, Nigeria is home to the highest number of out-of-school children in the world, with an estimated 20.2 million children and adolescents not receiving formal education. So if you are receiving formal education and you're seated in this room right now, you are among the very lucky few. And I think you should clap for your parents or whoever is making this possible. Whoever is making it possible, you must clap. Because you have a lot who would wish to be in your position right now, and they are not. This is not merely a reflection of administrative inefficiencies, but is deeply rooted in structural challenges. Chief among them are endemic poverty, also known as silent killer. And so I told myself I must go to school. And I was told you cannot go beyond this. This is what we must. In my case, I ran away from home. Don't worry, my story will continue as I go on. Poverty and its impact on education in Nigeria. Poverty stands as the main impediment to educational progress throughout Nigeria. Now for me, students, let me see your hands up. My pocket, oh wow, okay. It's not enough. Commissioner sir, their pocket money is not enough, sir. Maybe the commissioner will do something. And he will do what? He will do what? Okay. So most families struggle to put food on the table. Most families, you know, in this side of the world, these are relatively okay. But when I begin to talk about things that happen in the north central, it's a different case entirely. Education is not the most important thing for now. It's not. They had a lot of food, especially in the north. We could say, okay, we are financially poor or materially rich because we produce, but we don't convert. So, education, especially because those in the rural areas, if you're going through anything right now, they are going through same thing, double. Unequal distribution of poverty. Poverty throughout Nigeria exists in diverse levels across different regions. The poverty rate in northern Nigeria, especially the northeast and northwest region, exceed the poverty level in the southern area. So if you think you are poor here, if you think you are poor, if you think you don't have, being said. Going to the farm is a big problem because they now kill people in their farms, bury them there, and sometimes they also kidnap them. Let me quickly talk about the combined effect of insecurity on poverty. One of them is the drastic reduction in school enrollment and attendance. You know the story of Chibok girls, right? You wouldn't want that to happen to you, right? Yes, and that is why I praise especially the governors and those leaders in the West, Southwest. They are doing everything in their power to make sure that this region is secured. We have increased dropout rate and we have child labor. Here, I don't see too much of child labor here. If you want to know what child labor is, come to the north. You know what child labor is. I'm sure the MC knows what I'm talking about. Thank you, sir. Closure and destruction of schools, gender disparities in education. The reason why they wanted to marry me off was because I am a female. And my place was meant to be in my husband's house. I actually got married and my place was actually in his house too. But as an educated person. And I tell you, this did not only end up helping me as a person, but also pulling out my siblings and some of my relations from the circle of poverty. I'll quickly run through government interventions in tackling this. I don't want to leave this place without mentioning this. It's not like government is not doing anything. Government is doing something. So I'll just quickly do that. Government interventions, especially now, we have the Digital Training Academy coming up. But the question I ask myself with this is, this student loan scheme, how many of you are on the loan scheme? If a student, I'm on the loan scheme. You did not register, or you don't believe in it. They are not paid. You are not poor. Oh, God bless you. You will not be poor. You will not be poor. Yes, but if you are, please do not pretend. Go and register and collect money. It's government money. It's taxpayers' money. Collect the money. You know, register and collect the money. Gaps in government interventions. You have inadequate funding, limited implementation of safe school initiatives. How many of you have the safe school initiative? Secondary school students. Safe school initiative, do you have that? Okay. As I begin to round up my presentation, finding sustainable solutions. Before I go to that, there's a point I'd like to raise here, and that is security architecture. I would want to plead with those of us that relate with government that there's need to actually stamp that local government autonomy thing that is being passed around right now, to give power to our local government because they are closer to the people, to the community. So if we have community security architecture, and then you now have it at a ward level, and then local government level, like that, you know, it's like touching the heart. I will not dwell too much on that. So we need to strengthen security measures in schools right now. How do we do that? Every child in school must be made to understand the importance of security. They must be conscious. They must be conscious. They must know what to do at all times. So it is not about just providing security men, but individually. Students must become aware of their environment. You must become environment intelligent. Environment intelligent, not environmental intelligent. Environment intelligent. Study your environment. Know what is around you. Be conscious of your environment. The people around you and all. I'm not saying you should live in fear, but be conscious of your environment. I have a paper that I have given. In conclusion, the future of Nigeria hinges on our ability to provide safe, quality, and accessible education for all. Insecurity and poverty must not be allowed to define the educational landscape. By addressing this gap, current intervention, strengthening government initiative and leveraging on technology through e-learning, security AI, and mobile-based education, we can create a resilient educational system. As I leave, I want to say one thing, and that is peace education. And I'll read that here. We promote peace. We believe that peace could be the answer to reducing violence. Peace could also be the answer to reducing poverty. You ask me why? Okay. So peace teaches conflict. So you get to know what conflict is. When conflict is brewing, when it is going to reach its peak, so that you know when to stop. I'm not going to do a lecture on conflict right now. It teaches us tolerance and social responsibility. It encourages dialogue over violence, supports long-term stability and economic empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, peace education nurtures responsible leaders and good governance by producing informed citizens who adore the policies that promote equality, education access, and economic opportunities. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time. The time to act is now. The security and economic prosperity of Nigeria, all in our hands, and they are more in the hands of the educated population. We must all work together. Government, civil societies, educators, parents, to dismantle the barriers of insecurity and poverty that hinders our educational progress. Through effort and unwavering commitment, we can build a future where we don't have to live in this type of fear that we are living in right now. An average Nigerian is afraid to travel. True or false? True. And this was not our story. Nigeria is a lovely place, a wonderful place. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. Very proud. If I should come back a second time, I'll still be in Nigeria. I have traveled over a lot of countries. I cannot mention all of them now. And education empowered me to travel. I've seen beautiful countries, but I've not seen any as beautiful as Nigeria. Maybe I have not been to. When I talk about beautiful, I'm talking about the people who make up the country. It's not about sometimes the roads, the houses and all that, but we have wonderful people like those of you seated in this room right now. And I think we deserve the right to live in peace. We deserve the right to live without fear. We deserve the right to be Nigerians who are productive so that we can reduce poverty. Thank you.
I believe apart from clapping, she deserves a standing ovation. Thank you, my sister from Benue. Okay. My zonal chairman, please come. Professor AWOLOWO, please come. Arike Ade, your time will come. Thank you. She will understand that. Okay, give it to her a little. Arike Ade, let's go. Prof, you have to dance, and you must not dance the Yoruba dance. You know the snake dance, the snake dance.
Hello, hello. Hello.
For a while, just for a while. What do we do with time? Thank you very much, Arike Ade. Thank you, Arike Ade. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. This world is not fair. I've been talking since morning. Since morning, to your love. I know how to sing, but I may put you to sleep. Professor AWOLOWO is going to be doing this assignment to our keynote speaker this morning.
Thank you, MC. On behalf of the organizing committee, also the Institute of Education, and the OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University, Obawo University, we would like to appreciate you for the wonderful presentation. Let me say that I and everybody here seated know that you to this presentation, but we are sorry for the little time that was awarded to you to make the presentation. Let me also say that I'm privileged to present this award to you. You know, when she was speaking there, she said possibly she must have been, or she could have been married to some men. But I think we are privileged today to award this presentation to this professor, this erudite professor. And I also want to say, yes, who got married to a Yoruba man. We are also privileged because even when you come back, tí àpadàbọ̀ bá wà lóòótọ́, tí wọ́n bá ń táyé wá, and we will still have the privilege of making this presentation to you. So on behalf of the LOC, the Institute of Education, OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University Ile-Ife, we present to you an award of presentation to you, Professor Ruth Adio Moses, from the University of Ibadan. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much, my professor. I saw something on the news. You need to collaborate it. Yeah? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Do you know what I want to say? No, sir. You don't preempt me. Thank you. I'm not. Thank you. Please, pictures. All right, let's go back. That's where Okuremeka. It's better. It's balanced that way. I will explain to mommy there is official duty. Mommy, anybody can. Okay. Go for this. Thank you very much, Professor Adio Moses. Thank you very much. We want to quickly go on with the program. Thank you for your patience, but we want to thank you very much. I've just been informed that Commissioner is here and his entourage. Please, let's recognize them. I know you are representing. I know you should claim what is nice. I will get your name, sir. He's representing the Commissioner for your state. Thank you very much. Also, while the keynote speaker was speaking, the entourage of the Commissioner of Education of Osun State increased. We have principals from Ududua College. Where are you, ma'am? And sir, thank you very much. Also, TESCOM Ife Zone, they are here. TESCOM Ife Zone, they are here.
Yes.
Thank you very much. And other education officer that came with him. Quickly, we want to go into their words because of time, as we have said. And first on the list is our Commissioner for Education in Osun State. He said, I'm not a learned fellow, but I'm a chief of Ile-Ife. So I want to address you properly as he stands up and come to the podium here. Honorable Chief. Continue to clap. He's coming. He's coming. Sunday. Adedipo Eluole. Let's continue to clap for him. And I want to call. You're welcome, sir.
Àmọ̀tá àbárajà olùkùwárà abú olódò kan ò tẹ́ èlúwa lómi kù tú ara ọmọ olódò kan tàràrà ẹ̀wọ̀n lọ́mọ olódò ọ̀sẹ̀ wẹ́rẹ́kẹ́ ó dẹ́kun yóò ṣílẹ̀ ó dàbàtà ó pẹ́ onílé ojú ọ̀gbọ́dọ̀ bùnú alábàjọ́ ọ̀gbọ́dọ̀ bù wẹ́sẹ̀ kìkìdá ọdẹ sọ̀bọ̀ wá lóbù ní odò náà gbọ́ onílé onílé àmọ̀jà àmọ̀tá àbárajà olùkú ara làásè onílé onílé àmọ̀jà àmọ̀tá àbárajà olùkú wa olúwa lórí àná rẹ̀ ọmọ fẹ́ adé òwò ọmọ oge àná rẹ̀ ọmọ fẹ́ ọmọ ìkí bàbá olúwa lóògbé ọdún fọ̀gbọ̀nà sábíàsì ọba yòówó rẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ asákẹ́kẹ́ ogun àjò ara wa ńlá fi ṣe àná rẹ̀ ọmọ fẹ́ olórí ayé gbogbo olórí ayé gbogbo olórí olúwọlé olórí ayé gbogbo olórí aládé gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ àdó òye ọ̀dà ẹ̀rọ wá kókó lọ́lọ́ olúwọlé mi olórí aládé gbogbo àṣàkẹ́kẹ́ ogun àjò ara wa la fi ṣe àbàbàjà ọ̀pọ̀ àjò ara wa la fi ṣe olúwa lóbùkún ìṣòro pòfẹ́sọ̀ tọmọye ọbáfẹ́tọ́jú síkà o kọmíṣánná tí ọ̀lọ́pọ̀lọ́ ìrù ó kí bàbá mi ẹ̀rọ̀wọ́ 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 olúwa lóògbé ẹ̀rọ̀wọ́ ọba dọ́ọ̀ba ọba àbàwọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ olórí aládé gbogbo ìpò ọ̀bẹ ẹ̀rù jàjà lọ́gbàgbọ́ lọ́wọ́ kílẹ̀ ọba 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 dé.
Thank you very much. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má gbèlú lọ, èmi náà fẹ́ pawó. Ẹ má gbèlú lọ, ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Thank you very much. That is the source Arikeade on point. Let's appreciate her once more. But the person that is going to give this award is no any other person than I'm not inviting her yet, I'm just talking. Then I want to invite Dr. Salami, I believe. Where are you, sir, Dr. Salami?
I have the singular honor once again to read the citation of Honorable Barrister Sunday Adedipo Oluwole. Okay. Honorable Chief Oluwole Sunday Adedipo, a native of Ile-Ife, was born about 6 decades ago. He started his elementary education at St. Mark's Anglican Primary School, Ogunleye, Ile-Ife, between 1965 and 1972. In 1973, he proceeded to St. David's Secondary Modern School, Agere, Ile-Ife, where he spent 3 years before moving to CAC Commercial High School, Ilesha in 1976. He finished his secondary education at CAC Commercial High School, Ilesha in 1980. In 1984, he got admitted into the Oyo State College of Education and graduated in 1987. He later attended OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University in 1989. Honorable Chief Oluwole Sunday Adedipo attended several conferences. Among them were Train the Trainer workshop on modern techniques of adult literacy organized by UNDP Osun State government between 28 and 29 June 1995. Sensitization and mobilization of the clientele organized by the UNDP Osun State government for traditional rulers and community leaders, that is between July 3 and 7, 1995. He also attended a 5-day functional training workshop for supervisors at local government levels organized by the Osun State government, as well as Mass Education Agency in conjunction with the United States program UNDP in Leisure Zone. That took place between 24th and 28th March 1997. Honorable Chief Eluwole Sondaripo is a member of many organizations, among them her Institute for Personal Management, Nigerian Institute of Personnel Management, and also the president of the Central Student Association between 1987. He was also Secretary of Community Development Committee between 1993 and 1994. Also, Chief was also Secretary, Subcommittee for the creation of additional wards and local government out of the former Ife Central local government, founding member of National Ife, the Central Student Association and Summer School. Also, he's also the foundation member of the Ife Youth Vanguard, IYV. He is also foundation member of Great Ife Movement, JIM, also Secretary, Works Committee, First Ife Day Celebration, among others. I want to jump. Not only that, Chief started his partisan politics in the year 1980 when he became a registered member of the Unity Party of Nigeria, UPN. In 1990, he was the secretary of Remo Ward 1 under Social Democratic Party, SDP. In 1992, he contested election to the Federal House of Representatives under the defunct Social Democratic Party, SDP, and lost to Honorable John Olawale Fasogba. That same year, he contested for the post of Senate State Secretary of Social Democratic Party when the post was zoned to Ile-Ife, but he later stepped down for Mr. Albert Awofisayo. In 1997, he contested for the post of local government chairman under the defunct Democratic Party of Nigeria, DPN. That election was obviously rigged, and that prompted him to proceed to the election petition tribunal headed by retired Justice Lainko Jutalayo. As a result of palace intervention, he withdrew the case from the election tribunal without any financial inducement or compensation. You could see the legacy that the Honorable is having and has left behind too. Being a peaceful person, we appreciate you, sir, for coming here. In February 2016, he contested the by-election to the State House of Assembly and won on the platform of People Democratic Party, PDP. He was a supervisor of Sun State Mass Education Agency, a UNDP program 1989 to 1998. He joined the Foreign Service and became the Consular Assistant Protocol Officer, Embassy of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Beijing. PRO, China 2000 to 2004. He is the National Vice President of Environmental Provider Association of Nigeria and the President for the Southwest. He was a member of the 6th Osun State House of Assembly, representing the Central State constituency between 2016 and 2019. Chief Honorable Eluwole Sunday Adedipo is married and blessed with wonderful children. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present to you Osun State Commissioner for Education, Honorable Chief Sunday Adedipo Eluwole, for the Award of Excellence in Human Capital Development by the Institute of Education, OBAFEMI University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria.
Let's put our hands together. Let me invite the Vice Chancellor, ably represented by the DVC, to please come and present this award.
It's okay. Thank you very much. You have time to praise him again. So on behalf of the Vice Chancellor that I'm representing, I'm standing on the well-established protocol. This is presented by the Institute of Education. Award of Excellence presented to Honorable Chief Sunday Adedipo Eluwole, the Honorable Commissioner for Education in Osun State, in recognition, sir, of your commitment to human capital development in education by the Institute of Education, OBAFEMI, AWOLOWO University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria, given this day, 8th of April, 2025. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. People on the high table, please join for photos. My prof, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Arike Ade. Thank you. My Honorable Commissioner, please, you will step down and let your entourage people that came with you to take pictures with you as you go, as you take your seat. Thank you very much, sir. So, sir, please, my Honorable, please step down. Let people, Prince, and every other person that came with our day of today to please join. Ben, please, ma'am. My Honorable, please remain, Daddy. Remain, sir. Remain. Let all other awardees please join Honorable Oluwole here and all their representatives. All of my Vice Chancellor, my Vice Chancellor, Director, please come, and every other person. Please come and take pictures with the awardees of today. First and foremost, let's go. All right. Please, let's join the awardees to take pictures. The awardees. Thank you very much, my director. Thank you very much, Arike Ade. With honor, my Vice Chancellor at DVC, thank you for gracing this occasion. All right, this train is about belting. We want to go to the next phase of this opening ceremony, which is the presentation of the lead paper presenter. We have it, Charlie. We are taking the citation of the lead paper presenter, and to do this is Dr. Beatrice. Yoade, please come. Let's clap for her. She's taking the citation of the lead paper presenter. I don't know how we are going to give him the flag, but I think he's receiving. Who will? No, it's okay. You want to take it for him.
It's such a great privilege to read the citation of Professor Rotimi Williams. Rotimi William Okunloye is a professor of curriculum and instruction with specialization in social studies. In the Department of Social Sciences Education, University of Ilorin, Nigeria. He is currently in the Department of Educational Foundations, University of Education, Winneba, Ghana, on sabbatical appointment as a professor. He has been teaching, researching, and involved in education stakeholder community service for over 30 years in social studies, human rights, peace, and globalization education. Professor Okunloye has over 115 works in print in reputable local, national, and international fora. He was the head of Department Social Sciences Education, Deputy Director, Institute of Education, University of Ilorin. His World Bank and Department for International Development assisted Teacher Professional Development Program, lead educator mentor, and facilitated over 40 TPD workshops in 6 states of Nigeria, namely Anambra, Lagos, Kaduna, Kwara, Osun, and Oyo. He has supervised over 45 MEd, 8 MP, and 19 PhD research theses. He has served the National Universities Commission in developing the core curriculum minimum academic standards in the year 2023. He is a member of Social Studies Association of Nigeria and former chairman of the Ethics Committee of the association. His current research areas of interest are remediating political apathy, human rights protection, credible elections, good governance, and peaceful resolution of conflicts in developing democracies. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the lead paper presenter, Professor Rotimi Okunloye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to invite my dean to please come to present the plaque for afterward. After the presentation. Okay, thank you very much. Now let's listen to Professor Okunloye in the next 10-15 minutes.
The chairman of this occasion, the chief host, our amiable Vice Chancellor, the co-host, our Dean of Education and Director of Education, distinguished keynote speaker, the chairman of the local organizing committee, the great awardees that have been slated for award on this very auspicious occasion, great OBAFEMI University students. I cannot hear you. Great. Great OAU students.
Great!
Articulate OAU students.
Great!
Thank you. Thank you. Let me thank the Director of Education and the management team for inviting me, particularly when I told them that I would not be available in Nigeria at that time, at this time when the conference is on. I know that there are very many able persons who could have been calling to present this paper, but in spite of the fact that I'm not on ground physically, but they have enabled me to still present virtually. I thank you very much. The topic before us is insecurity and poverty, the base of educational development in Nigeria. I want to thank the keynote speaker and the dean and the director of education for easing the presentation of this paper because they have talked about some of these concepts. I will nevertheless address this issue. But one thing they have done, which is very key for this presentation, is the fact that the keynote address speaker will have been a victim of kidnapping or being married off based on those cultural practices. But thank God that she was able to go through education and now a professor and able to address us today. Praise the Lord. There's no doubt about the fact that true forces are staring us in the face in Nigeria. We have several problems as a developing nation, but the biggest one seems to be insecurity and poverty. And that is why we are calling it BAME. Therefore, in this presentation, I will be looking at a concept of education, the concept of insecurity, the concept of poverty, the concept of educational development. Now, for the purpose of our presentation, education refers to the process of human learning involving relatively permanent change in behavior or reconstruction of experiences through relevant knowledge acquisition, skill development, attitude cultivation, the recipient to become more personally, societally functional and development oriented. So the education in the context of our presentation is a highly formal, organized and structured process within specialized institutions known as schools or colleges or universities as the case may be. Therefore, in the context of this paper, we are looking at education from institutional, process and educational and product perspective. Accordingly, we are going to lay emphasis on enrollment, any school level, at any school, enrollment in the school system, the process of retention in the transition through different stages within that school and among levels of schools, as the case may be, and then exposure to different curricula that are within those schools, and as well as completion of study. So anything that disrupts enrollment, retention, transition, and completion of studies in Nigerian schools at any level is regarded as an impediment or process of underdevelopment of education in Nigeria. Now, poverty. Poverty is no doubt a big problem in Nigeria because we have all talked about the benchmark. So it refers to the condition of humans or a country's population in which majority of them are living below the World Bank's recognized benchmark of poverty line. The poverty line is $2.50. Anybody that's living below that is regarded as poor. But for our purpose, I want us to go beyond that many money metrics. So I have also considered the global multidimensional poverty index. I've also looked at human development index and the global hunger index. In all of these indices, one thing is clear: Nigeria has been recognized as a very poor country. In fact, according to the multidimensional poverty index, 40.1% of Nigeria, or 89.9 million, are poor. This is from Poverty and Equity Brief, Africa, West and Central, Nigeria, 2021. So poverty is staring us in the face. And with respect to hunger, global hunger index, Nigeria has also been recognized as being very poor. In fact, about 36 million Nigerians are at the risk of malnutrition, poverty, starvation, and death as at this year. So Nigeria has been ranked about 109 out of 125 countries in the world on global hunger index. So that is a big issue. Of course, we have an official acceptance on the part of Nigerian government. The Nigerian government has accepted the fact that Nigerians are poor, especially with respect to multidimensional poverty index and global hunger index. And so the federal government has declared national emergency on food security. So we don't need anybody to control about that. The government already accepted. Then with respect to insecurity is a serious one because we have witnessed closure of school, witnessed abduction of several people running into millions. Now, if you look at the incidence of death and attacks in schools, as of today, we have had 79,373 deaths in Nigeria. 79,373 deaths in Nigeria, associated with kidnapping, hostage taking, invasion of school, and other forms of violence. Initially, we were that were in a single school and a female school at that at Chibok in northern Nigeria. So initially, that time we people thought localized things, but today insecurity is all over Nigeria, even in southwest, in south-south, in southeast, north central, northeast, and northwest. But all of this, the serious thing is that all of them will have incidences of death, attacks, all of which have left many people traumatized and several out-of-school children. Now, the keynote speaker and the director, they have acknowledged the fact that we have about a little over 20 million out-of-school children in Nigeria. That is the truth of the matter, and this is very serious. So when you look at the data, that table, you will see that in the southwest, you can see the number of deaths in the south-south, in the southeast. But I want you to look at the northeast, where you have 44,247. All of this, the most serious aspect is the fact that all of them were targeted at educational institutions, and many people were abducted in the process. Now, for the purpose of this paper, educational development is viewed as the process of growth and sustenance of conditions for effective delivery of quality and inclusive education, which guarantees learners' enrollment, retention, and completion of studies in school to become capacitated for lifelong learning, personal problem solving, and societal value adding at local, national, or global levels. So anything that is working to the contrary, we have regarded them as impediments or forces of educational underdevelopment. So that is what we are looking at in this paper. Now, having said that, there are several effects of insecurity and poverty on Nigerian educational development. So you will see that there are several highlighted cases. Now, today we are not going to be discussing the causes of insecurity or poverty, but the big issue before us is how they have how insecurity and poverty has to cause underdevelopment of education or hinder educational development in Nigeria. Now, it has widened the gap of educational inequality in Nigeria. You know, it's common knowledge to us that we have what is called educationally developed states, educationally less developed states, and educationally developed states. And for that purpose, we are aware that all Nigerian universities, polytechnics, college of education, they have their respective catchment area where the issue of being part of educationally less disadvantaged states, where they don't use the same criteria of merit, and this is a big issue. Another thing is that it has widened gender inequality in education in Nigeria. Again, the female gender, who have become very much vulnerable to armed attacks and kidnapping. And the biggest number, like I said earlier, is with the Chibok girl kidnapping. Up to today, 88 of the Chibok girls have not yet been reunited with their family. They are still in the custody of their abductors. So it's a big problem for us. So there has been a decline in the quality of teaching or effective learning. We talk about effective teaching when students that are taught in school, they are able to comprehend, they are able to retain, and they are able to transfer what they have learned in solving novel problems, maybe even much later after they have left the setting of instruction. So we find that most of the students or children of Nigerians in internally displaced people center all over Nigeria, they are just there and they have been denied education. So we also have increased reduction in the number of teachers in the school system on account of killing and affliction of teachers with serious or permanent disabilities. We have increased in the number of out-of-school children. There has been great decrease in enrollment all over Nigeria, particularly in the northeast. There has also been greater decline in the proportion of learners who completed studies in the school system. This one has to do with the fact that it's not just about enrollment in school, it's about people dropping out on account of inability to pay for the cost of education. Some are not even with respect to payment of school fees, because at the basic school level, we have a situation where some states have implemented free and compulsory education. Some are yet to. But the minimum that is enough to bring them to school, buy school uniform, and other educational materials are not there. So there has been increase in withdrawal of learners from school. And because of that, we have experienced a situation in which the number of out-of-school children have increased significantly. Then many schools have been vandalized, burned, and on account of that, many of them were forced to close down. We also have high level of stress and anxiety among the learners, the teachers, and other members in the school community. So those students who are so traumatized are not able to learn very well, and that's why some of them, they merely try to just get a certificate and get out of the system. Then we've had issues of inadequate nutrition in school, even for in schools where they are implementing food free feeding program, or at least a meal. Then we have limited parental involvement in the school on account of terrorism and poverty. We also have chronic absenteeism and, of course, decline in academic achievement. So all of these are evidence of the fact that poverty and insecurity, they are combined to underdeveloped educational system in Nigeria. So we have a lot to do as a people and government to address this issue. And the big issue is the widening gap between the educationally developed states and educationally less developed states. We're all aware that we cannot continue like this. If the South continues to be more developed, not because of luck, but because insecurity is not as serious as it was in the northeast and the northwest. So it means we have a lot to do as a nation to address that. Again, issue of the marriage girl child cannot be addressed if we don't tackle this problem of insecurity. Then we have a situation where the number of kidnapped students, has actually led to what I call the schooling of Nigeria. School system in Nigeria, they are now look at the centers that are vulnerable to attack in the hand of armed herdsmen, armed bandits, kidnappers, and the rest of them. So this is a big problem. Another thing I've done in this paper is to look at the effect of the nexus of poverty and insecurity on nation building. I decided to do this because we cannot talk of an educational system of Nigeria if there is no nation. So when the nation itself is endangered, we need to take the bull by the horn by doing the right thing. Now, the big issue here is the extent of insecurity in Nigeria, that if you look at travel advisories in different countries, you find that Nigeria has been identified as part of the trouble spot where some governments of developed nations do not want their nationals to come. Why? Because of insecurity. But the bigger one is when armed gangs or criminals begin to address, attack security posts and confront the Nigerian army, even in the air, on ground, or on water. So this is an issue. And that is why the former president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. just said, a failed state. What is the concept of a failed state? The concept of a failed state has to do with a state that's unable to perform the primary function of the state. What is the primary function of the state? It's the night watchman state. That is a state that maintains security of lives and property, where you can sleep with your two eyes closed, and you can go about doing your normal businesses, either personal or official. So when we have degenerated to this level, we can say that we are going to a state of which Thomas Hope described as, in that state, he said life is shortish, brutish, and human life is in danger. That is the state we are.
My professor, sir.
That the keynote speaker was not addressed, was not attacked when he saw some 6 or so young men coming out of bush and armed with guns. So thank God that God has actually delivered her and her team. So another issue is the amount of money involved. The amount of money involved in the payment of ransom is colossal. For example, by 2021, the sum of $18.34 was demanded as ransom, and that amount was paid. So the amount paid was, when we put that in the current rating, that's about 27.5 billion paid to ransom. That is unimaginable. That is colossal. The nation. Yeah.
My professor, sir, thank you very much. Okay.
So we have to address that. So I've recommended in this paper that all the appointees, all the different bodies, they should come together and come into conference table and synergize to set up an action plan. The action plan will be with a time frame. And I said that we should declare insecurity and poverty as national emergency in a way that by September 2025, there will be no insecurity in Nigeria again. And a number of measures are proposed in the paper for that purpose. But the big thing is that all the attempted measures highlighted in my paper, those bodies will have to look at it, and we are going to be on our way out of insecurity and then poverty. And then education will be able to perform a functional role as the greatest human development instrument and an instrument of nation building in Nigeria. So this is my submission. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Let's put our hands together for lead paper presenter. In a mysterious way, I was able to connect with Cloud. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you, and those points will be taken care of. While the lead paper presenter was presenting his paper, our Honorable Commissioner for Education brought the whole of Osho State here. I'm sure Abere is closed. Who agrees with me? Because if the permanent secretary of is here in the person of Mr. A.K. Jimo, let's put our hands together for him. The permanent secretary, Ministry of Education, the keys in his pocket, and all executive of the Ministry of Education, you are all welcome. We appreciate you for adding colors to our program. So we want to present to the pseudo professor that just delivered the lectures now, and it will be done by the director of the institute.
The institute. An award of presentation to Professor R.W. Okunloye of University of Ilorin, Nigeria, as the lead paper presenter, given this day, 8th April 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Your own day of not being represented, you represent yourself. It's very close here. Thank you, sir. Let's appreciate him once again. You know, we have been reading book and book and book all this while. We are still going to attend to our awardees, but we just want to be entertained.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank
sir.
you.
My prof, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Arike Ade, you have the floor for the next 1 minute. Don't drink water, your voice will go. Come, Arike Ade will be entertaining us for a while we continue.
Okay.
Àríkẹ́ Adébọ̀júbà lọ́dọ̀ Ajúdúlá.
Thank you very much.
Mo forí balẹ̀ mo fòkè ọ̀yà balẹ̀. Alárìíkẹ́ mo forí balẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ Ajúdúlá. Ìbà Olódùmarè. Ọba mi àkọ́kọ́. Ọba mi àjísọ̀rọ̀ náà. Ọba tó mọjú alásìlẹ̀ máa tọ́. Ìbà rẹ̀ náà mi o. Adódò àmọ́ ká tó máa lọ ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ kí àgbà yunifásitì nílé ìfọ̀rọ̀yè láàgbò gbogbo ológo kí wọ́n lórí ìyá nìkan the great gbàgà the great gbàgà. Olórí aládé gbogbo àti ti bá ṣàbọ̀ kágbà ṣàlárìbá. ìṣẹ́bẹ́ àríkẹ́ adé gbàṣàbò agbàṣàbò àríkẹ́ adé gbàṣàbò mẹ́rin súnmọ́bí àríkẹ́ adé gbàṣàbò orí àgbà fún kọ́gbọ́ ìlú àṣà lóríṣiríṣi ìjọ àṣà yí àgbà má lè la orí àṣà gbà ìlú àṣà lálàkọ̀ òjò kan ìjọ àṣà ìgbà sí àtọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ nísàlẹ̀. Èyí àti ìṣẹ́gbẹ́ wa ó gbọ́dọ̀ bá wàdà sọ̀. Ẹni ìṣẹ́gbẹ́ wa mẹ́rin ó sì ní lọ́bọ̀. Èyí àti ìṣẹ́gbẹ́ wa ó gbọ́dọ̀ bá wàdà sọ̀. Bọ́lú wọ́n sì ní súnmọ́ mi máa bọ̀. Gbogbo bí ṣe kọ́rù wọ́n lọ bọ́rọ̀ lórí rẹ̀ bọ́rọ̀ lórí rẹ̀ ayé lómi ayé lómi ayé lómi ayé lómi olúwa ló máa gbé lọ́wọ́ olúwa ló máa gbé lọ́wọ́ ọmọkọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yánilé bàbá mi o ọmọ ìlú kọ́ ìyàgbọ́dì ọjọ́ mélòó ìyíbọ̀ ìdó kábọ̀ bàbá yìí kò bá bàbá yìí kò bá inú alábọ̀ àbàgbọ́ olúwa ló bàbá òde ló bàbá òde ẹ̀bọ́n mi tọ́jú bàbá mi olùyẹ̀lì ìjọ́jú rẹ̀ jájọ́ débẹ̀ ẹ̀jẹ̀ kájọ́ débẹ̀ ṣòro ẹ̀rẹ́gùjọ́ olókè méjì takọtabo lórí àádá ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́ mi kí bàbá mi ìyẹ̀lì ìjọ́ olókè méjì takọtabo gbogbo PDP pátágbogbo lọ́mọ kí gbogbo lọ́mọ kí wò lódì ìyá nìkan àṣìyá ọmọ Adélèké lọ́lọ́ ni ó máa fà. Àṣìyá ọmọ Adélèké lọ́lọ́ ni ó yẹ báyìí ẹ̀dọ́ fìlà síwájú. Báyìí ẹ̀dọ́ fìlà sáyé. Adémọ́lá làwọn àdúgbò àròlé Adélèké kòsí ọmọ bàbá òbí sí. Èyí ẹ̀dọ́ sí làṣàyè Adémọ́lá làwọn àdúgbò àròlé Adélèké bàbá òbí àṣìyá ọmọ Adélèké lálàní ó sì tó nítorí ọdún sọ́ọ̀bù ọmọ adájọ́ owó rẹ̀ mọ́ ọkọ̀rẹ́ ọmọ mọ́làmọ́là tí wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ lọ́ọ̀tọ́ asakẹ́kẹ́ ogun àjòwárọ̀wọ́lá fi ṣe àdàbàjà ọgbọ̀n àjòwárọ̀wọ́lá fi ṣe sọ̀bọ̀ ọlọ́run rẹ̀ mọ́ wáyé èmi ni mo fẹ́ fi làkìlà ṣe ẹrúkẹ́rú àdìlàlà lẹ́nu gàǹbàrì onílàgbà àjàmọ̀ àwọn ọmọ olódò kan ìpínlẹ̀ yíyá kẹ̀rí ọmọ olódò kan ọ̀tàwárà obì ọ̀hún sẹ̀ wẹ́rẹ́kẹ́ ọ̀sán wẹ́rẹ́kẹ́ ọ̀dẹ́kùnrin ọ̀ṣúlẹ̀ ọ̀dàbàṣà ó pẹ́lẹ́ ojú ẹgbọ́dọ̀ bù mú alábàjá ẹgbọ́dọ̀ bù wẹ́sẹ̀ kìkìdá omi sọ̀bọ̀lá ní ọ̀bùnmi odò náà gbẹ́ káàkiri bàbá lọ́rọ̀ ìlà ọmọ nílò ìyíta yídó kọ́ ni mọ̀mọ́ yìí kòkò bẹ́ẹ̀ torí bá bá yìí kòkò bẹ́ẹ̀ inú alámà àbàjẹ́ ọmọ orí kò ru lókèmé nílé mẹ́fà ọmọ kékeré òbèlè láìlò òbèlè láìlò òbèlè ọmọ kékeré láìlò òbèlè òbèlè láìlò òbèlè adékájú kókì wá sókè láìlò òbèlè bàbá tó kọ́ bá rẹ̀ rí láìlò òbèlè ọmọ kékeré òbèlè láìlò òbèlè ọmọ kékeré.
Thank you very much. My commissioner, I'm going to find you. When academic was going, but now you are not going anywhere again. Let's appreciate Arike Ade. Let's put our hands together for her. Our students, thank you for your patience. We're almost rounding up. We want to do the award presentation. We want to continue with it. After that, we recognize the student from staff school. Your presentation will still come. Don't worry, you will still leave. But we want to do the award presentation again. And I want to call on Dr. Valentina Professor, you can't hide. Thank you for gracing this occasion from computer science. God bless you, sir. Professor Alaju. Thank you. Ola Jubu. Thank you from, but not from Ilaje. I will come and collect fish. Thank you, sir. Dr. Valentina Titilayo Sulari, ably represented by Professor Ogundare of the Faculty of Sciences, OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University. And I want to invite, sir, please take your stand. I want to invite the person that will do the citation while the flag is being hoisted on him. We have
Dr. Miefa, please. Dr. Popola, are you around? Okay, where are you? Dr. Popola, please, sorry. Let's put our hands together for Dr. Popola as he takes the citation.
Please, sir, almost your system. Sir, Oga, please, almost your system. I can't hear anything. I can't hear anything, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, is that Dr. Valentina? Okay, thank you. All right.
Standing on the existing protocol, I have the great honor to present the citation of Dr. Valentina Titilayo Solani. Dr. Valentina Titilayo Solani is a renowned social development expert whose visionary leadership and programming skills have significantly transformed the policy landscape of early childhood development and non-formal education, including integrated Quranic education in Nigeria. It was during her tenure as education specialist with UNICEF Nigeria that the national policy and minimum standard for ECD were developed and adopted. Dr. Valentina is currently the CEO of the International Academy for the Gifted, an NGO providing mentoring and competition opportunities for gifted children so that they can shine and thrive. Dr. Valentina's strategic work in early childhood development under UNICEF transformed the policy landscape for ECD intervention in Nigeria. She played a pivotal role in developing the approved policy and standard for ECD and curriculum materials to facilitate the implementation. Dr. Valentina is a skilled boardroom player and member of key national and international associations in her professional space. She's a platinum member of International Institute of Leadership, Manpower Management Development, and member of the World of Play Working Group of the World Forum Foundation on Early Childhood Development. She's a master leader of the Exchange Leadership International and member board of trustees of the Foundation of Promotion of Childhood Care and Education in Nigeria, Samuel Cole, Florida, USA, and Graceful and Bicultural Humanitarian Foundation. She has been an active member of BPW, Premium Club, Abuja, Nigeria for over 15 years and was the immediate past secretary of the virtual club of the National Federation of BPW Clubs. In 2018, she was elected the Pioneer National President. Dr. Valentina is married to Professor Adewale Solani and they are blessed with children and grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present to you Dr. Valentina Titilayo Solani, FCCS, for the Award of Excellence in Child Education and Development for Institutes of Education. Thank you.
Thank you very much. From the name Solani, she must be an Ijebu person. Egba. Dr. Valentina is an Egba person. And I want to invite our Dean to present this. While Arika, where she's seated, we celebrate her for 1 minute, and then we'll continue.
Thank you very much. Just give me a few minutes, a few seconds, I'll be done. This award of excellence presented to Dr. Mrs. Valentina Solani in recognition of your commitment to childhood education and development in Nigeria by the Institute of Education, OBAFEMI, AWOLOWO University, Ile-Ife, Nigeria, given this day, the 8th day of April 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Ogundare. I was
Arika, thank you very much. That is in celebrating Dr. Valentina. Thank you very much. Next on the line, we are going to Ibadan. Ibadan. To honor one of our awardees. I'm sorry, sir, I didn't get your name, and I need to mention your name. So, Dr. Olajide, please, can you get his name? Because he's representing the awardee, and it's good to have it. Thank you very much. Professor Saliu Abdulwahid Adelabu is the Honorable Commissioner of Education, Science and Technology, Oyo State, and is ably represented here this morning by the Director, Higher and Continuing Education, Mr. Adewale Oluwole and Dr. Rashid Ibrahim. I think the two of you, since you are representing him, should come. Since you gave me the two names, where's Dr. Rashid Ibrahim? Where's Dr. Rashid Ibrahim, please? To take the citation, please come. Where's Dr. Rashid? Oh, the tie. All right, Arika, they say you are going to travel to very close to the boundary of Sokoto State. The place is called Kishi Okiogun. For our Commissioner, Professor Waid Adelabu. And I want to call on Dr. Ibi Wumi Idowu to come for the citation of this erudite scholar who is the Commissioner of Education, Science and Technology, Oyo State. To present
it is a privilege to read the citation of a professor who has 55 publications to his credit, a man who graduated in management science with bias in public management, specializing on finance and public management from the University of Utara, Malaysia. He had double master's degree in Islamic finance and banking and Master of Business Administration from College University in Shania, Malaysia, and Ado Ekiti State University, Nigeria. He has his BSc Mathematics and Education with second-class upper division from University of Ilorin, Nigeria. He belongs to these professional bodies: Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, Institute of Management Consultants Nigeria, Institute of Islamic Finance Professionals, Institute of Classic Entrepreneurship Nigeria, Institute of Public Management Nigeria, Association of Entrepreneurship Scholars, the Academy of Management Nigeria, Malaysian Institute of Management, Malaysian Institute of Corporate Governance Nigerian, Institute of Management and Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Nigeria. He is a certified national accountant and chartered management consultant and principal partner with SCM Consults, Abuja, Nigeria. Professor Saliu Abdulwahid Adelabu has contributed academic research and works and articles in conference proceedings, chapter contribution, and reputable national and international journals. He has equally authored a book in Islamic finance and public finance. He worked with Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University, Lapai, Niger State, at the Department of Business Administration. Presently, he is the Director, Center for Research Commercialization, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida University, Lapai, Niger State. He has expertise in Islamic economics, public finance, global finance, and economic crisis and public sector economics. He became the Commissioner of Education in 2004. He has July 2023. Before that, he has been in politics since early 90s. Under his leadership, there has been increments in enrollment by over 90% in public, basic, and secondary schools in the state. I think you should clap. There has been improved access to education. There has been reduction in the number of out-of-school children and dropout rate. 23 basic schools were reopened in Oyo State in 2024, and this has attracted more public students back to school. In 2024, 2,569 out of school children were brought back to school through the sensitization program embarked upon by BESDA AF test program in the state. I hope you should clap. I just feel you should clap. There has been free instructional material supplied to all the students in public school in terms of textbooks, notebooks, and science equipment. Distribution of 1,000 copies of compendium of WAEC and NECO questions and answers to all public and private secondary schools in the state. Training of stakeholders in early childhood care development, renovation of 36 selected public secondary schools across the state. There has been revamping and remodeling of technical colleges in the state. There has been alternative funding in the state through the collaborative effort of the Ministry of Education with alumni, philanthropists, and private bodies to complement Oyo State effort in financing education through public-private partnership approach. There has been attraction of over 30 billion naira to various schools across the state over the years for the improvement of infrastructure in school, and it has led to the production of equipment for the running of education. There has been recruitment of education officers, 692 in 2021, 187 in 2025, then recruitment of education officers with special needs, recruitment of over 7,000 teachers into public primary schools in Oyo State, recruitment of 7,500 teachers into public secondary schools in Oyo State.
Is he married?
Is married.
Please, let's hear about his family.
Okay. Is married with good children. I hereby present to you the Oyo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Professor Saliu Abdulwahid Adelabu, for the Award of Excellence in Human Capital Development by the Institute of Education of OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University, Ile-Ife.
Thank you. Reading of book does not generate money. But that dance that you dance, my tight. Don't forget. The director of the institute will do the presentation by Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Award of Excellence is presented to Professor Saliu Abdulwahid Adelabu, the Honorable Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology of your state, in recognition of your commitment to human development in education by the Institute of Education of OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University, Nigeria, given this day, 8 April 2025. Thank you very much for the job.
Please, those of us at the high table join the Honorable Commissioner for pictures. Please, while I will invite our Honorable Commissioner for Education, Osun State, to speak on behalf of all of the awardees. Let's move out, ma? Where's Dr. Abdul? Where is he? Dr. Rashid, please. Where are you photo shy? Oh, will you superimpose yourself to? You don't want to appear here. Okay, he's doing a duty. Oga Adelabu is saying the thing. So. Okay, Commissioner thank you very much, and I'm sure the Commissioner must have sent you to me. If there's no camera here other than you seeing me now. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for our Commissioner. So I want to call on our Commissioner for Education, Honorable Chief Oluwole, to please come speak on behalf of all of the awardees of this year's 6th annual conference of the Institute of Education. Thank you, sir. Great Ife. Great Ife. Articulate Ife.
Efaredi Ife, dynamic Ifes, the greatest of the greatest Ife, great, the Vice Chancellor in absentia, the people of the responsible table, all other protocols duly observed. When the MC was given the introduction, somebody was yet to be here. The person happened to be with the First Lady of Osun State, but after launch of this program, the First Lady drafted her to run to go and meet my dad immediately. So may I introduce my first wife, Chief Mrs. Christina Mobolaji Eluwole. She was just sit down. Then the MC said the whole Osun State has been moved to this podium. It is true. When we have our guys, the permanent secretaries, and I have 4 executive secretaries. Mrs. Samuel, yes, Mrs. Samuel, you are welcome, ma. She's the executive secretary and Zona Inspector of Education for Ikirun Zone. I've seen Mrs. Funke Adediga. She's the executive secretary and Zona Inspector of Education of Ife Zone. I think I see another person there. Okay, you are all welcome. If I'm here and I didn't say anything, it won't be better. When I'm dancing, some people are looking at me. They forgot that I'm one of the disciples of the dancing governor. The executive secretary of Nigeria University Commission used to call me the dancing commissioner. I'm proud of that. Well, I want to thank the organizer of this program, the 6th of its type from my faculty, that is Faculty of Education, where I studied History, Education Combined Honor. I'm happy to be here today because I'm part of you. Your activities is inspiring us, and we are focusing on the future. That is why there are a lot of developmental projects being undertaken in the education sector in Osun State. Before the present administration comes on board, we know the history of education in the education sector in Osun State. We talk of margin of schools, the history of the same uniform throughout the state, vandalism, hooliganism, drug abuse. That was the order of the day in the schools. But by the grace of God, we have the new narrative now. Ladies and gentlemen, they used to say Osun is the most peaceful state in Nigeria. And wherever you see peace, there is development. Where there is no peace, no education, no development, no life. Peace is the bedrock of development. in the 60s, late 60s, when we have the Biafran War, it was so tough that it come to a stage. Chief OBAFEMI AWOLOWO came out and said, gentlemen, you are fighting somebody and you are feeding them. Let us cut the source of food. You will see that the war is over. So that is why hunger is powerful even more than war. You can run for war, you can run away for war, but you can't run away for hunger. So that tells us the importance of today's topic. And I think and I hope students will learn a lot in today's program. By and large, before we came in, education sector is already ruined. But barely 2 years now, we have changed the narrative. It's a pity my brother, my colleague, Professor Saliu Adelabu Penkelemesi, as I used to call him, is not around here. I will have sing the song for him again, as I used to sing to them in Abuja, that whatever you are saying, Osun le tente, Osun le tente, Osun le tente, Osun le tente, Osun dosu pao, Osun le tente, Osun dosu pao, Osun le tente. That is, thank you very much. That is a fact. I want to tell you, within these barely 2 years, Osun have performed wonderfully well in education. Last year, 2024, Osun children from public school represented the whole country, Nigeria, in Malaysia. And in Malaysia, they fly Nigerian flag. They rule the world. They came first in Malaysia. They brought the cup to Nigeria. Children of public schools. We have Salawa from Methodist High School, Elisha. We have Mercy from Ila Grammar School. I can't remember the other names. There's one from CAC, Godofan, Osogbo. When they were being awarded, the principal of those schools who are even being awarded, they were given prize because they made us proud. That is Osun that has tagged Pandra, the people who have been doing imperialism or anything before. And last year alone, again, I want to tell you, Osun State pupils came first in Africa in robotic artificial intelligence. They represented Nigeria in Dakar, and they ruled Africa. By the grace of God, next month, May, they are going to represent the whole Africa in Dallas, USA. If you can ask me, these children are from school in Ile-Ife here. It is a fact check. If they are now writing the history of Nigeria, education sector, and Osun State was not mentioned. Oh, Kotikwe. Last year alone, in the whole country, Nigeria, 36 states, including Abuja, also a teacher from Osun State was the best teacher in Nigeria. He was awarded in Abuja, a woman. Last year, federal government of Nigeria through the Federal Ministry of Education introduced skill acquisition into Nigerian curriculum, school curriculum. The first ever, they started with sewing competition in Abuja. Osun State indigene from Ijesa became second. So we can be saying this all along. because we are proud of this development. Ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of programs to be rolled out this year by our amiable governor, the lover of students. Last year, 4 times from the presidency, they came to Abuja to honor, to give our governor award. On NEL fund, student loan also came first. Competition throughout the federation, hence College of Education, also indigene came first. So, many like that. So therefore, I want to use this one to appreciate OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University for the role they are playing in the education sector in Osun. And take this one. Last year, from this university, I think from Botany, they ran to the first lady that they had problem of electricity and they needed transformers. I want to tell you, by the grace of God, the governor have chancelled it that the first set of transformers to be imported this year, OAU will have their own there. I'm going to monitor it myself because it was my daughter that promised OAU in person of Her Excellency Mrs. Ngozi Abeni Erelu Adeleke. I'm proud to say that because if you say my daddy, this is my daughter. So I want to thank everybody that are here, and I want to appreciate you for the honor given unto us. God Almighty will be with you. Faculty of Education in OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University will be growing from strength to strength. We are grateful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manu. I thought you were going to end your our speech with what you have for us. I'm a member of the Faculty of Education, so I can collect on their behalf. I'm a lecturer within the faculty, so whatever you have for us, you can declare it or give it to me, most important, after declaration.
Hello. I'm a civil servant. Because I'm wearing agbada. Well, you know, we are man of many places. Every week, we are being invited to different places where donation is being taken. And you know, Osun is very broke. We are paying debt. So, Baba say more. Help me to Madam Professor Mrs. Adio Moses is looking at my face. What is this man going to say? I will say something. I will say something. By the grace of God, personally, I will give these 200,000 naira.
Thank you very much, our Commissioner. You know, that's for the MC. You have not given the institute. Thank you very much. I want to invite, our children have been very, very patient, and I want us to endure and put our hands together for these young stars of tomorrow, students of Staff School, OBAFEMI AWOLOWO University. Let's continue to appreciate them as they come to the... Let's appreciate them for their presentations. I will. Our keynote speaker also brought our mentees here, students of Professor Adio Moses from University of Ibadan. Please, where are you? Please stand up for recognition. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for them. Thank you. Please, when is your lecture on Wednesday? I want to attend. Thank you very much.
Time worth more than thousands of rubies. Time lost can never be regained. Time, oh precious time. Time's value is worth more than a wealth in a lifetime. So friends and folks, value time because time lost can never be regained. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Okore Messi, and I am here to present my song. Education is good, don't play with it, is the key to your success. Education is good, don't play with it, is the key to your success. Is the legacy, is the best legacy of parents to give to their children, is the key to success. Education is good to Men naturally loves delay and to procrastinate. Business put off for day to day. It is always done too late. Let every hour be in its place. Let every hour be in its place. Firm fix, not loosely shift. Firm fix, not loosely shift. And well enjoy the vacant space as though a birthday gift. And when the hour arrives, be there. And when the hour arrives, be there. Wherever that there may be, unclean hands or ruffled hair, let no one ever see. A dinner place has half past. At half past, be dressed. A dinner place an event place at quarter past. Make haste and be done with the rest. Thank you. And for those of you that are here, please remember that punctuality is the soul to business and also the key to education. Thank you.
Let's appreciate these kids. I wish there is time. I will call you to come and present in front of this. Some of you, your hand will be taking like this. Let's appreciate students from Star School. Go and have your seat. Let's appreciate them, please. They are starting well on a good note. And we thank God for how far God has helped us. If you are a reader of the Bible, we are just in Isaiah and we are going to Revelation. So how many books is remaining? Okay, thank you. I want to invite Dr. Salami for the vote of thanks, actually. Let's put our hands together for him.
Thank you very much, the AWOMC, Professor. Also, Professor Kende Aderomo, we appreciate you. Someone said that gratitude is only the list of all virtues. Why gratitude is the list of all virtues, while ingratitude is the biggest of all vices. We have every reason to thank every person that is here today, starting from the Vice Chancellor, Professor Adere, who is represented by the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics, Professor Bola Babalola. We must also recognize, first of all, people on the high table, the new paper presenter, Professor Adi Moses from Benue State, down here, Ayan, Acholobe, Ayan, Ubayi. We must also recognize the presence of the chairperson of today's program, Professor Mowumi Solagbola. We appreciate you, for your tenacity. The director of this education, Professor Anna Ajayi, we appreciate ma. Thank you very much for the support given to us. Then we also have our Baba, Professor Olutegede. Thank you very much for residence at tenacity, for sitting from the morning till present time. We appreciate you. We also recognize all the professors. Momote Jobi was here, Professor Soede Jobi was here. She has a very tight schedule. Yes, he was able to be here. We appreciate her presence as well. We must also recognize other professors that are here. There are too numerous to mention. I can remember Professor Suba, Professor John Egbedokun, Professor Adediwura, and many more that my memory has just failed me. We also appreciate our crew members, the people at the engine room. Professor Bakari, we appreciated, and the man beside you too, whose name I don't know. We appreciate making the program to be featured to be hybrid, as we say. There are many of our presenters that really come here, that really are here. Okay, the cameraman, you appreciated too. Aziz, thank you very much, and our friend here. We must recognize all the participants that are made today to a success. Those who have come from the north, from every part of the country, we appreciate too. And our students too, part 1 student and part 2 students, education. Please clap for yourselves. We appreciate you. In fact, you have a real privilege that we did not have during my own time. You know, having a program. Everybody has a program. It's something. Please keep it. So for remembrance, by the time years to come, when you two may likely become a lecturer here, you have something to show those who will be alive then. I don't know whether we still be alive then. Only God knows. Yes, I must not fail to recognize my supervisor, my master program, also Professor Dele Okewole. Thank you. We appreciate your presence too. And I think our real emergency is also here, Ms. Aromolaro. Am I correct? Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate Dr. Mrs. Aromolaro. We appreciate you. And other, Dr. Ojo, I see you from that angle here. How are you, sir? Welcome with a Western half cap. We appreciate you. He is always at our conferences. He has been attending conferences over the past 4 years now, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I think I have recognized every person here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I just want to encourage people that are here that you have a talent in you, use it. I'm Associate Professor Kehinde Adebayo Aderomu of the Department of Kinesiology, Health Education and Recreation. Put your hands together for me. Thank you very much. So plenary session will continue. This conference is just starting. We only opened it. We used the key from Benue. From Otoko, we just opened it. So, but the plenary sessions will continue. I will be guided by the chairman of the LOC. So, wish you happy deliberation. As you go, the Lord will go with you. I will hear good news about you. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I was looking at that's what makes you efficient. You must be able to all of